everybody. Having a nice and relaxing day today, just at the end of the week? All inspired by all the speakers you've seen until today? Just a day of rest. Because we are living in a rat race, aren't we? Flying from one place to the other place, busy doing all kinds of things. And is that what really makes you happy? Is that what you really, really want? A lot of people dream living like God in France, walking with a glass of wine through the vineyard, enjoying the sunset. You feel it? You know what they really want. They want to be a farmer. I tell you, get out of that rat race and find your inner farmer. Find your inner... Oh yeah, it's really a thing nowadays to find your inner something. If you look at the internet, there are so many examples of find your inner something, like find your inner self, find your inner child, find your inner animal. But today we're going to find our inner farmer. But first of all, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Corine Fleuren, and I am a food technologist. In the year 2000, I still drove about 40,000 kilometers a year for a big food company. I drove from one food factory to the other food factory, and I advised all those factories about hygiene and about cleaning that place. I was living in that rat race for about 10 years. I lived in a small apartment in the city. I even had a garden, but nothing green in it. No, that was not my thing. And then, oh well, of course, things like that happen. I met a fruit tree grower, and we fell in love. We even got married. After a few years, when the kids came, I quit my job. Because me traveling through Europe all the time, and my husband with his own company, that was not really the picture we had in mind for our children. So I quit my job and I started to work for our own company. And in those years, I learned a lot about fruit trees. And guess what? I liked it. I really liked it a lot. I even planted a few of those trees in our own garden. And don't expect that I'm a specialist at this moment. I'm not a fruit grower, definitely not. But hey, I managed. And I felt so proud. I got out of that rat race and I did find my inner farmer. And you better find yours as well. Because I know one thing for sure, we're not eating healthy enough. And we don't feel connected and we don't feel the passion anymore for fresh food. And that's what we need. There is this huge distance between eating fresh food and the production of it. The production is almost like a factory. We don't understand that process anymore. And if we don't understand the process of fresh food, we're not going to eat it. So we have to get connected to the process. And there's one simple way of doing that. That's just do it yourself. If you grow your own, you will get connected. You don't believe me it's that easy? Any mothers and fathers in the audience? Maybe people who are in love? People who are having a pet? You take care of them? Do you feel connected to them? Do you feel the passion and the love for them? That same thing is going to happen if you grow your own. You will get connected. And if you are connected to it, you will eat it. Studies of the RIVM, that's the National Institute for Public Health and Environment, studies show that if you do grow your own, you will eat more. And if you eat it, it will taste like nothing else. It's the best. the strawberries from your own garden are really the best strawberries you've ever had. And guess what? It's also healthy. Do you know how much fresh fruit and vegetables we're supposed to eat? The Dutch Health Board Council, they tell us that we have to eat 200 grams of vegetables and 200 grams of fruit. That's about 2 pieces a day. You know how much we do eat? Only half of it. But why? Because we do like the taste of it. Study shows that we think it's too much of a hassle to work with fresh fruit and vegetables, and we are too easily convinced by the creative marketing of the processed food industry. And that's why we don't eat it. But we have to change it. So I believe that if you grow your own, you will eat more. Do you know that if you do eat 1 apple a day, it will lower your cholesterol? So the saying, 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away, well, there is some truth in this one. Another good thing of having an own eatable garden is the exercise. Just being busy in your garden is so good for your body and mind. That will make you happy. Another good reason for getting into farming is education. If you don't know where the milk is coming from, and it's still not coming out of a factory, I can tell you that. Might happen though, but it's still not happening. If you don't know where that is coming from, how can we expect our children to know? So we have to teach our children about things like this. We have to teach them about the birds and the bees, about pollination, about reproduction, about when to pick the cherries and the strawberries. So I hear you think, oh, well, nice story, but how am I going to do all this? Getting into that process of creating your own fresh fruit and vegetables. How are you going to do this? Because I also thought you have to study for this, because having an apple farm is not something what you just do. I mean, you have to know a lot about pruning. You need to know about spraying. You need to know what to do when there is frost in spring. And then again, an apple tree, in my opinion, they're huge, so that doesn't fit in my backyard. Oh well, we made it a lot easier for you. It's so easy nowadays to have your own apple production in your own garden, even if you have a small garden or just a balcony. These are apple trees. They're only about 50 centimeters wide. You don't have to prune them, and you don't have to spray them. You just plant them, and if it's not raining, you just water it, and in return, you get apples. And what counts for the apples counts also for not a lot of vegetables as well. Look at those examples. It's so easy to start your own eatable garden. You just need 1 square meter. That's all. There is so much information on the internet. There's so many examples. Just get into it, get connected, and you will eat it. And I know that will happen because we get so many photos through social media from people who do have their own tree. What do? They are so proud that they can do this. They send even photos to us from the products they make of it. They know how many apples their tree has. Every single apple will be counted. And if these people, they will eat at least 1 apple a day. And if they don't, their children will, for sure. So I tell you, just get into farming yourself. Start your own eatable garden. Enjoy the blossom in spring, see the apples grow, and be proud as soon as you can pick them. Get out of that rat race, find your inner farmer, and live like God in France. Thank you.